What's up? This is your man Dre Mac coming to you again with another video. This is Fantastic Four number 53. Let's go ahead, let's finish the origin story of T'Challa, his first time being in the comics. But the real question is, are you ready? Alright, so we are finishing up now Fantastic Four number 53. Sorry to let you guys, I know it's been a minute. I said I was going to do this, but I was sick and allergies was kicking my butt. But we're ready, we're back at it. And actually this comic starts off with a celebration with T'Challa called the Dance of Friendship. Mr. Fantastic is actually trying to figure out, because of Wakanda's still living tradition, how are they light years ahead in technology over the rest of the world. Johnny and Ben actually discuss now with Reed, can they get some answers on why the Wakandans are really so happy and why the tech would even make Dr. Doom blush. The Fantastic Four actually get summoned to Black Panther's quarters, where they're ravished in the look of his home, even though it's in the middle of the jungle, which I'm gonna actually talk about that because that's kind of a stereotype that Africa is just jungle area. Actually, Florida actually has more jungle area than all of Africa, and that's just something of the time period, so it is what it is. And they were actually surprised that he had a tape recorder, which again is a sign of the times. Black Panther is so cool, he actually pulls out a cigarette and tells him how rich he is. And then this model that Jack Kirby is using for Black Panther, if I'm not mistaken, it looks like a young Harry Belafonte. You tell me if I'm wrong. So T'Challa tells the tale of T'Chaka, his father. So two men from a territorial patrol comes and is curious about the landscape and realizes it's a beast in the area. That being a crimson ape. The two men are attacked by the wild looking elephant that is also red all over. The two men actually flee into Wakanda to try to find answers on the two crimson beasts, one being an elephant, one being a gorilla. So we cut back to Black Panther telling the story, and Ben Grimm starts yawning and insulting T'Challa by saying that this is the 1,000,000th time in the jungle films that he's heard this particular type of story. Until T'Challa tells them that they're sitting on $20 million of vibranium, which the table with inflation right now. So in 1963, I think in 1964, when this comic actually came out, $20 million is the equivalent of today's money of $193,575,816.99. Yes, I went to go look that up. That's how much that vibranium table that they were just chilling on, that's how much that costs. So he explains the function of vibranium. He explains that each chieftain guards the people and the vibranium mines with his life. He looked up to his father before again being rudely interrupted by Ben Grimm comparing the story to Tarzan or Bamba the Jungle Boy. Ben's bored and wants to fight. Now we are introduced to Ulysses Call for the first time, and Black Panther tells how he has a weapon that turns sound into mass and into any living creature. Claw shot and killed T'Chaka. So as T'Challa is telling the story of the death of his father, he is the one who knocked out Claw and actually took his weapon. And if you look at the panel, it's actually pretty heartbreaking how they you know, with Jack Kirby's, it is beautiful artistry showing how devastating it is for T'Challa to look over his deceased now father and actually has to take over and become the chieftain and try to save his people at a young age. So T'Challa explains now how he ran Claw and company out of Wakanda and damaged Claw's hand in the process with his sound cannon. This is actually, the whole entire scene is a very touching moment. T'Challa is right now in his early 20s at the time and explains that him training against the Fantastic Four was a supreme test of skill for him to be able to take on Claw. And then suddenly the alarm goes off and Claw is approaching Wakanda. So the Crimson Gorilla shows up, and what I'm gonna just call the Border Tribe is trying to stop him, but is gathering all the energy that they're shooting at him and shooting it right back to him. Everyone suits up, this is the big hero moment, and goes and faces danger. Johnny Storm realizes that the gorilla is alive but not, and the thing goes after him. The Red Gorilla grabs Johnny Storm and absorbs his energy and threw it right back at the thing. Ben Grimm actually fights through the flames and punches the gorilla so he can let Johnny Storm go. The gorilla gives off more energy and flings Johnny Storm and Ben Grimm back. At this time, Johnny Storm is unconscious because his flames actually got flamed out by all the energy that the actual gorilla was giving out. So it quickly just made him unconscious. When Wingfoot alerts the Fantastic Four that something is coming, when Reed explains that they can't hurt the animals because they're made out of pure sound. Black Panther hunts for Claw at the place where only he can hide the sound equipment to create the monsters. Black Panther finds Claw's hideout and goes after him and his machine that converts the sound into living matter. Claw realizes that Black Panther is there and is surprised because he only heard of the Black Panther through myth. Claw explains before their showdown it is even stronger than before. Claw uses the sound cannon to produce a Black Panther to fight Black Panther. Just then we check back in with the Fantastic Four, who's dealing with the sound elephant. Ben Grimm tries to handle the elephant, but the more pressure he puts on the elephant, the more that it hurts Ben Grimm. Then the elephant just vanishes. Wyatt comes over to help Ben. Reed is trying to figure out what's going on, but at the same time trying to figure out what happened to Black Panther. So we cut back to Black Panther outlasting the Energy Panther. So Claw makes the Energy Panther disappear with his Force Glove. And then Claw threatens to change Black Panther's body into pure sound. So Black Panther blows Claw's system and let him know that he is a scientist too, and he got out of Dodge. Black Panther blows up the whole entire area, and T'Chaka has now been avenged. The Fantastic Four looks on as the explosion happens to see the energy elephant and the gorilla energy monsters are now vanished too. So T'Challa explains to the Fantastic Four how we blew up the machine and how Claw is now defeated. Black Panther gets a seal of approval from the Fantastic Four to become a new hero, and he actually agrees. We cut back to Claw, who is still alive and the machine still works. He throws himself into the machine to change him into pure sound. Stan Lee writes that we don't know if the Black Panther or Claw return, but get ready if they do. And that's the end of the story. Now, this is Fantastic Four number 53. We have 52 and 53. One thing to actually note is that they never called Black Panther T'Challa throughout the whole entire first two introductions of his story. He's just Black Panther. So we haven't even got to his namesake yet, which is still shrouded in mystery as this story unfolds. But man, again, you know, it's dated, of course. They talk about tape recorders. They think all of Africa is jungle. That's hilarious to me. But, you know, I mean, it was a time period, but it's still an excellent story. Very heartwarming when you actually start seeing the panels that Jack actually drew of a young T'Challa over his, you know, his deceased dad T'Chaka's body, and how he had to take over and do whatever he can to be able to protect his people. And he's a young man at this time. He's not an older Black Panther. He literally is a younger guy, you know. And so if we look back at the story, and he was like maybe 12 when he picked up that cannon and actually shot it at Ulysses Claw, you know, 12, let's give him 12 or maybe 13. You know, he's 22, 23 at this time because it's a 10-year jump from that time frame. So that actually shows the will of T'Challa. That shows that he defends his people. He actually mentions how smart he is, how he is a scientist. He's actually the defender of Wakanda, and now he has new friends with the Fantastic Four. So tell me, guys, what did you think about this comic? Again, like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Again, give me your thoughts. If you want me to do more of these, which I am, I'm going to do the first appearance of Shuri. I'm kind of go in steps. Again, I feel a little better, so I could be able to get you more videos out. But, you know, these are kind of hard because it takes a lot to get the story out. But again, like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Make sure you hit the bell notification so you never miss one of my videos. Until next time, I'll holler at you guys later. Peace and vibe higher.